Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for checking in to watch another video from Coach. And I'm going to tell you guys about an experience that I had a little while ago when I was learning all about how to get access to money. I had to get myself in position first before I went to the bank. So before I went to the bank to go get some money, I went through a little journey of getting some inquiries off and getting some stuff down. Probably did some fraud type alerts and stuff because I did have to file some fraud and stuff to get some things off of my credit and to actually have them to take some of the freezes and the other stuff off of my stuff. So when you're going through your journey, so sometimes you have to go through a thing of restoring your credit. So I did some pledge loans. Like I say, I did some things as far as like the fraud, went for the credit and reported some fraud, some things that were reporting on my credit that I didn't recognize. So I had to get that stuff up off of there. So any of the negative stuff, any of the things such as the hold on for one second, my mind is drawing a blank. The things such as factual reporting, the things that are on your credit report that are not factually reporting. So on your consumer report, your credit profile, your thing that you're doing, you have to, well, the credit bureaus have to make sure that everything is reporting consistently across the board, ladies and gentlemen. And if it's not, that is grounds for you to be able to get that stuff removed with little to no effort. So I went through a whole little thing to get my stuff in order before I went to PNC. But let me tell you, once my situation was in order and everything was reporting and my inquiries was right and things fell off just over time that I needed them to go because I wasn't really thirsty to go get no money. I had just went and got $25,000 from American Express on the personal side and did a few moves with that. So I wasn't really thirsty for no money and I didn't really have a plan at this particular time. But I was just going through the knowledge, going through the whole steps of it, learning what I needed to learn to get in position. And this is me experimenting and finding out what I can do once my situation is right. So, and I had already went to Chase and Chase had given me $50,000. So this right here, this next move that I'm getting ready to tell you guys about, this was an experiment. I went to PNC. I opened up a business checking account with $200, and those people gave me a $50,000 line of credit. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard me right. I swear. I know y'all like, man, you bullshit. I'm gonna show you something. I've been spending a little bit of money up out of there, but I don't go crazy with it. So I had to make a couple moves and do some things I had to do. But I'm gonna show you guys, like, they extended my business $50,000. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to show y'all real fast. Let me get over here right quick. Where am I going? Oh, okay. I don't keep a lot of money in these places. Let me move this down right quick. Boom. Gonna black him out, black him out. But I just want to show y'all real quick, man. I got some money over here for the people that don't believe stuff. You be needing to show them some proof. I don't keep a lot of money in these accounts, ladies and gentlemen. This is just to move stuff around. But in my business account, let me see right quick. Let me move this over here. Boom. We have a credit limit of $50,000, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I was trying to explain to you guys. When I took that $200 into the bank, them people actually gave me $50,000. Out of that $50,000, I have spent $12,000. I still have $37,000 of that available. So if I need to go make a $10,000 move, a $15,000 move, a $20,000 move, $25,000, $30,000, $35,000 move, guys, I can do that. And actually, I can get that 12,000 back down because any money that I put back into it, I don't look at my money as I'm taking a loss by paying off some bills. I look at it like I'm replenishing the bank. So I'm just getting the bread back up to the original state so I can go in there and I can use the money again. I get it cash flow and I pay it back off. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's just what it is, man. So, as y'all can see, there go my name right there. That's the name of my business. The balance, 12,250. Available credit, $37,882, ladies and gentlemen. So that's it. That's all I want to show you. I just want to get in and out real quick because people be needing to see receipts. They be like, man, ain't no way this dude going in the bank and going to get money like that. Yes, I am. All right. So I'm going to holler at y'all later. All right. Deuces. But I don't think that's just a typical thing to be able to happen. You putting in $200 and then being able to walk it. And I had zero, like no history built with these people whatsoever. But let me tell you guys through the whole story. It might take a little bit of time. So I hope y'all just sit down, buckle in, and we're just going to go through the whole story right quick. And I'm going to break it down to y'all exactly what I think worked in my favor, how I was able to get the money. And if you're in a similar type of situation as this, you may be able to go off and get similar results. So I go into PNC, and this was a new location. It looked new to me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go over here and go holler at these people, go see if they got some money. You know, they was actually right down the street from my Chase location. So I wanted to go holler at them. But the lady was like, well, our business relationship person is not at this bank. They work up on, think she said somewhere North Ashland. I'm not exactly sure where because I never went to that location. So she said, we can schedule you for an appointment to come back and speak with the business relationship banker. Guys, and if you don't know, this is the type of person that you want to meet. You want to meet somebody that's in the bank, not just a teller, because I had an experience, and I'll tell you about this another time when I went to BMO to go get some money and not talking to the right person. It'll get you $5,000. But let me continue with this story. So the lady was like, let me schedule you for an appointment so you can come back and you can speak with the business banking relationship person. And you guys can go over all the details. He can tell you about the business stuff, all the products that we offer, whatever. I'm like, okay, fine. I think I knew at the time that I needed to talk to a person like this. Uh, but I wasn't really gun ho with the knowledge that I know right now. So I'm like, okay, I'll schedule the appointment. Probably took about, I don't know, probably a couple days, maybe not even a week before we actually was able to sit down face to face. She asked me if I wanted to go to that location because it was a bigger branch. I think it was probably one of their hubs or something where all the big people were, or bigger people than what was at this location. It was a location, a little tiny location. So I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I'll meet him back over here because this is on the way to my shop. It's literally on the same street. I just straight shot. Boom, I'm at my shop. All right, fine. So I like to meet him here instead of me having to go all the way to the north side of Chicago in the morning or doing high hours around lunch. I don't want to go up north. So I'm gonna meet him over here. All right, fine. We sit down, we chopping it up. This guy, he's a younger guy. He younger than me. He taking me through the all the information about the products and stuff. I think he probably had a liking to me because he saw I wasn't on no bull crap. I actually had a business. It was legal and everything. I made the mistake, ladies and gentlemen, of letting my business and corporation lapse because I wanted to change my business from an S corp to an LLC. Don't do that. Don't do that. Learn from my mistakes. This is why I'm doing the videos and I'm putting y'all on to the stuff that I did so you can learn and don't make these mistakes. You don't have to let a business dissolve because that could look negative, like you weren't able to hang or something. It was not that I ever was unable to hang. I was still doing my business, but I just wanted to have an LLC. I didn't understand that you can do amendments to your information. You can change the status of your business, how it's categorized. You can change the name, the address. You can change the city. You can change whatever you need to change within your business at a particular time of the year when you have to do your annual report. If you do it before the annual report, you're going to have to pay something extra because the annual report is still going to report on the annual report. So if you're ever making an amendment to your business, don't do it before the time because they're going to charge you one time a year anyway, just to make sure you're still in good standing, you're still going. I could have made the amendment to my name and everything would have been okay. But I wanted to make the change because because I was trying to set up and I needed to structure my business right. It wasn't structured correctly. So my addresses and everything wasn't coinciding with all the information. It's got to be concurrent across all platforms between the bank, the credit cards, the city, the state, the IRS, everything has to be concurrent. And if it's not concurrent, then that's going to be grounds for you not being able to get access to some money. So I had to go through that whole process. And but the thing that I had going for me was that I was still rolling off the EIN, and my name was still the same, my address and everything. So all of that really was not really a hindrance in me getting the money. But when I told him, yes, I've been incorporated for 2 years, he looked back on the EIN and was like, bro, you done had your EIN and you done had your business incorporated since 2000. I think it was like 2013, 14. So in actuality, you've been in business for 11 years or how much time it was at the time. He like, no, you've been in business for 14 years. I forgot exactly what he was saying, but he was like, no, 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 you good. Because I explained to him at the time, because we went through a long conversation. It probably lasted more than one day. I think I met him probably 2 or 3 days. So when you're building these business relationships, it's not a microwave type of thing, especially when you're trying to get access to some money. I told him I had just left Chase and they gave me 50. And I was explaining to him the reason why I needed the line of credit, because he was trying to get me to get the credit cards, the line of credit. So I probably could have left there with more than $50,000, ladies and gentlemen, because he was still asking me, man, do you want the credit card? I wasn't thirsty for the money because I had already got 50 grand in credit from Chase. So I'm like, I need a line of credit because the place that I'm moving to right now, I'm like, I need to pay rent and I don't necessarily want to tap into my liquid cash. I want something to be able to pay my rent, you know. And he was like, what you need is a line of credit. You need to have access to some money. Now, the thing about the line of credit and the credit cards, ladies and gentlemen, understand this and know this, going for lines of credit, I didn't have to show anything because I had the time in my business and I was doing my business and I was on paper. And when you go over a certain time in business, I believe it's like 5 years, they don't even start asking you for anything. They like, you made it this long, you making money, you going to get stuff. Plus my credit was like, I think my stuff was like an 836 to FICO. So I had so many things rolling for me in my favor. And then meeting him, it's about business relationships, meeting him because he went in like, no, you've been operating for 14 years. So you good. I'm gonna talk to the underwriter later. Everything gonna be good. We gonna get you the money you looking for, and you gonna be nice, man. So he was like, man, I got you. He went to bat for me, y'all. I put in $200. Then I get an email saying, congratulations, you've been approved. $50,000 it has been deposited into your account, such and such, such and such. Man, I go over there. I got that same 200 little funky ass dollars that's up in there, ladies and gentlemen, and 50,000 goddamn dollars from Chase, from PNC. These people then blessed me with $50,000, and like I say, that line of credit is like having liquid cash. I can go and draw down $50,000 of that money like cash from the bank. But see, I don't have a problem, as I've done in another video explaining that I don't care if it's a line of credit, if it's a credit card, if it's a loan, if it's cryptocurrency, if it's precious metals, if it's life insurance, if it's real estate, if it's technology, if it's education. All of it's currency to me, ladies and gentlemen. So I look at it like it's all valuable. I don't care how it's coming as long as I can get it. I just needed to make sure I had it to be able to give to the landlords how they wanted it. So y'all wanted to come from a bank account. Bad. I got a bank account with that's already funded with a nice amount of bread. Oh, I think I was getting ready to say, but the thing is, the line of credit, the interest starts immediately. So you have to know how to use a line of credit or a loan and how to use a credit card. Credit cards, they giving you, the ones from Chase gave me 12 months, zero interest. But be warned, the interest don't start when you call them and tell them to activate the card. The interest starts 12 months after the approval. So they give you the approval on whatever day they give you the approval. It might take the cards a few days to get to you, maybe 3 to maybe 7 days to get to you. Your 12-month frame starts the day of the approval. So if it takes you 3 months to get something going and you call yourself calling to activate the cards and you thinking it's going to start from the day you activated the cards, You have been sadly mistaken. That 12 months starts from the day of your approval. So that's why I tell people, have a plan. Don't come over here playing. Don't be grabbing the money and sitting on it. If you ain't got nothing to do with it, don't get it. Come up with a plan first. Come back, strategize. So when you get the money, you making a move immediately. You're gonna get the money because it's about cash flow. It's about the currency. It's about moving the money, using it for what it's meant to be used for. Take the money, make a move, get it cash flowing, pay it back, get some more money. Rinse and repeat. Do the same thing over and over. So that was my whole thing, man. Having somebody to go to bat for you is definitely a plus. So you want to make sure that you have the right person in the bank. Don't just go talk to a teller. Don't go just talk to a person who's fresh in their position that may not know all the rules and the regulations and the ups and the downs, because the ladies in the bank, it was probably about 5 people in the bank that day, but none of them wanted to talk to me or were comfortable enough talking to me about anything business. They was like, you need to talk to the business relationship person. All right, bet. When you go into the bank for your own journey, that's who you want to talk to, the business relationship person. The people or the person that handles business accounts, business relationship managers, business loans, credit card. That's who you want to talk to. The person that know what the hell they talking about, not just anybody in the bank. Because talking to the wrong person will get you a $5,000 approval. Over talking to the right person, it gets you $50,000. So I don't know, guys. That was absolutely mind blowing to me though, because I've never been able to take $200 and get back 50,000. That was literally like I'm finna play the lotto, and I still got a nice chunk of that bread, ladies and gentlemen. That was like playing the lotto though. Like, man, I'm about to put up $200 for a chance at winning 50,000. Man, by anybody's account, that is absolutely crazy. So understand, I hope y'all listen real close to the stuff that I was talking about and you took something from it and you able to incorporate something from my story into your own. I did have an 836 FICO. I did have a business. I had paperwork if I needed to show it, but I never showed them anything. I never showed them no check stubs, no bank statements. I never showed them anything. All this was just off of talking. Now he did go and look up the IRS information. He went to go look up the incorporation of the business. So he did do some things. He looked up the website. He looked up the Facebook group. They did do due diligence, but no actual paperwork needed to be shown for me to get this. And I literally opened the account with $200, probably something that was in my pocket at the time. Literally telling y'all, this is absolutely crazy. So that was mind blowing to me, man. And that just let me know that, man, this thing is actually real and it's possible. Talking to the right person, having the right credit profile, having the incorporated business, having paperwork to show was probably a plus, but I never even suggested it or brung it up. But they can ask you for it, ladies and gentlemen. So if you got paperwork, bring it. If you don't worry about it. You more than likely gonna be good, because most of these banks have programs like this to give out up to 50. Excuse me, Chase, I believe, is 125. Chase is giving out up to $125,000 if you're properly structured and you right. So I think back then when I got the money though, you could probably start a business and it'd be like a day old. Today, a lot of banks are requiring that your business is at least 6 months old. So I would say that would be the first thing to go ahead and start doing. You want to make sure you get some age on your business, because that age is definitely going to be able to help you out tremendously when you're getting ready to go out and get some funding for your business. So I hope, like I said earlier, I hope y'all took something from this and you're able to implement this, and this is going to inspire you to know that it is real. I ain't out here just fast talking bullshit, nobody around. These are my journeys. This is my little journal of my journey, and I'm just telling y'all to let y'all know it's possible, bro. I ain't nobody special. I ain't doing nothing that's overly extravagant. I have been in business for a little bit, and I'm gonna continue to be in business, but I just want to let y'all know that it's possible. It is very much possible, but it ain't gonna be possible if your relationship with money is bullshit though. You're not gonna be able to get it. Like, they want to see some reoccurring payments. So my credit report definitely played a big part in it. I'm more than likely that, because like I say, the FICO at the time was 836. So, but not just the score. It's not just about the score. Your thing has to be structured right. I had some installment loans going. I had some personal loans going. I had a car note. I refinanced my condo, so I had that going. But all of my stuff is like low. That's only like $310 a month, the condo payments that I paid. I took out a little refi now on that, so I can do some things in my business a couple of years ago. But I don't even count that little money. That's nothing. But just because it's on there and it's reporting and it ain't never been late. Like, man, you need some things on your report. Y'all trying to go get some money. They want to see that they can trust you with you doing some recurring, ongoing payments. So if you ain't got no long-term stuff, you need to look into some rent reporters. You need to go get you some secured cars, some secured loans. You need to get some things reporting, car notes, some furniture, rent. Like, you need to get your credit history built up. So this thing is not like an overnight. This ain't no lick. This ain't no scam. Nothing like that, ladies and gentlemen. But once you are in position, I'm talking about a a a good, because it ain't got to be great. A good credit profile and a properly structured business is like having a forever winning lottery ticket in your pocket. Real talk. I'm gonna show y'all real soon when I get ready to go to American Express and go get some money too. But I think that's it for me on this video. I think I touched on it enough that y'all was able to really understand what's possible for me and what's possible for you. All right. So I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Make sure you love and respect one another. Okay. Peace.